So we really encourage you to think about the Clere Golf Hub as a central location onto which you can save all of your course related data. One of the great things about the technology that we use when we survey is that the drone is not only taking thousands of individual little images, but it's also scanning the surface of your golf course at the same time. The result of that is that we're able to provide topographic surveys pretty efficiently. So a good example here is the Brabazon course. Okay, as we begin to scan into here and we move to what we call our layer tree in the top right, we can turn on certain information. One of them here you can see is course topography. Now often you'll need a topographic survey if you're carrying out any changes to your golf course. It's generally the go-to tool that an architect will request, and of course that's something that we can process and provide to you, and we can provide that as accurately as quarter metre or 25 centimetre intervals. Now this is normally something that you would request. It would be delivered to you in the form of perhaps a DXF file or a DWG file, but you'd never actually get to see it or interact with. The great thing about the Clere Golf Hub here is that we can produce that, and if we flick to keyline view we can physically see it. We have something tangible that we have available on the system there. So as I said, that can be exported and provided to any course architect that you're working with. Perhaps you're working with an irrigation specialist or a course architect that may want that. The other thing that we can also do now that we have that data is also begin to highlight any particular parts of the golf course. So in this instance here, we've got all the slopes across the golf course that are greater than 15 degrees. Now this is quite important to some golf courses because it represents areas of particular severity of slope that you may want to highlight in a health and safety or a risk assessment document. It may even be data that you want to export, okay, and perhaps put into a GPS system so that you can geofence those areas and prevent certain equipment from going into them. Let's just turn that information off now, and what I would like to show you as we go back to an aerial view is green data that we also capture. So if we turn that on now in the menu here, we have green data broken down to areas of very subtle slope at 0 to 3% here, all the way up to 7%. Okay, and as we begin to, let's pick quite an iconic hole here. So let's pick up 18, one we're all going to be familiar with, and zoom into the hole there. And there we can begin to see that slope data for that green. Now it's quite a nice little feature here to have on the course manager, but the real benefit of having this slope information is when we begin to turn on or look at modules such as our pin location system. And the ability to have a location system that's underpinned by highly detailed slope information is really important, particularly when you're looking at setting pins remotely or away from the golf course. And that's something that we'll look at as we begin to dive a little bit deeper in the system.